Good morning one and all. Today I am going to teach about the remaining part of the PLL, that is phase locked loop. In PLL we have three main stages, that is free running stage, capture stage, locked or tracking stage. Now we can see some important terms. First one is the lock-in range. Lock-in range means the range of frequencies where which the PLL can maintain within the incoming signal. Okay, it is expressed, this lock-in range is expressed as a function of voltage controlled oscillator frequencies. Okay, next one is the capture range, the range of frequencies over which the PLL can occur locked within an input signal. This also it is expressed as a function of frequency F0. Okay, next is the pull-in time. Okay, pull-in time means the total time taken by the PLL to establish the lock. Okay, the total time taken by the PLL to establish the lock is called pull-in time. Okay, this depends upon the initial phase and frequency difference between two signals. Okay, and as well as on the overall loop gain. This depends upon the initial phase and difference between the two frequencies and also the overall gain and loop filter characteristics. Okay, here this 565 timer is here. We have studied it is a 14-pin DPSP package and with 10 metal can package. Okay, 10-pin metal can package. Okay, here the output frequency of the PLL is given by, that is the output frequency of the VCO is given by, that is voltage control oscillator. F0 is given by 0.25 divided by RTCT into Hertz. Okay, and this here RT is the timing resistance, CT is the timing capacitor. Okay, here the VCO is connected to the we have studied already, this VCO is connected to the phase detector which converts the F0 and the FS signal, that is the input signal. Okay, so the conversion factor, that is conversion ratio of the phase detector of this 565 PLL is given by K5 is equal to 0.7 minus 0.7 divided by pi. So this minus and minus becomes plus, so 1.4 divided by pi. Okay, so this conversion factor, okay, K5 is given by 1.4 divided by pi. So now we have studied about PLL. Next we are going to see one of the application of PLL, that is frequency multiplier. Okay, one of these applications of PLL is frequency multiplier or frequency divider. This is the block diagram of frequency multiplier. Okay, here we have phase comparator, low pass filter, amplifier, then it is given to VCO. Then we have N network, that is frequency divider. Okay, here a divide by N network is inserted between the VCO output and the phase comparator. Okay, this frequency divider is inserted between VCO output and the phase comparator. Okay, here in the locked state, the VCO output frequency is F0 is equal to N into Fs. Okay, F0 is equal to N into Fs. Okay, F0 is equal to N into Fs. Okay, the multiplication factor can be obtained by selecting a proper scaling factor N. Okay, the multiplication factor can be obtained by selecting a proper scaling factor N of the counter. Selecting a proper scaling factor N of the counter. Here the frequency multiplication can also be obtained by using PLL. Okay, in its harmonic locking mode. Okay, here if the input signal is rich in harmonics means, then the VCO is directly locked to the nth harmonic of the input signal. without connecting to the frequency divider. It is rich in harmonics means then the VCO will be directly connected to the nth harmonic without connecting to the frequency divider. Okay, when the amplitude of the higher order harmonics, if the higher order harmonics becomes less means the effective locking may not takes place. Okay, effective locking may not takes place for higher values of n. Then n usually should be less than 10. Okay, this diagram can also be used for frequency divider. Okay, it can also be used for frequency divider. Since the VCO output is rich in harmonics means it is possible to lock the nth harmonic of the VCO output within the input signal. Okay, so the output F0 of VCO is given by F0 is equal to n into Fs. So we have studied about the frequency divider or multiplier. That's all. Thank you.